Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm your host D-Day, bringing you some more Path of Exile, Settlers of Kalguur, and last time we knocked out the other grindy challenge, the Inciting Invitations. This one was not as bad as the Arduous Atlas. Arduous Atlas was the one that was keeping us behind for the longest. We knocked out a whole bunch of invites, and I went ahead and I got all the items I need. Short of the power rune. I don't have the power rune yet, but we can complete all of Sublime Starlight just by putting crafts on random items. We have extravagant equipment. I have the 4 items that are needed to craft a sword. We're going to do that. We're also going to keep grinding out the tier 17 maps. And then when we're done with gear grinding goals, then we'll see how many fragments we have, and we will see if we can knock out the level 85 pinnacle bosses ourselves this league. Alright, so this is the scary part. Yeah, we spent a lot on those Essences of Woes. I am not the crafting type. I don't like gambling at all, right? So the next step in this is we're going to use our Veiled Orb, which cost me 13 divines. The only reason why I'm doing this is because one of our quests requires us to use 6 of these items, and these are all over at least 5 divs. Some of them are a couple of chaos, like the ones that I've picked up. Sacred Orb, and I believe Orb of Conflict. I've gotten those as drops myself. But the Veiled Orb, to do this technique, costs 13 divs, so this is pretty scary for me. I really don't enjoy the gambling portion of crafting, but from what I understand, I'm pretty sure the quality on the sword doesn't affect anything, but let's put this guy up to 20. Maybe that gives us a little bit better luck. This is a 50-50, so we're going to put the sword in. We're going to lock our prefixes, so this will be a suffix, right? Alright, so if we have 2 suffixes. So when we attach prefixes cannot be changed, this counts as a suffix. So that gives it 3 suffixes. Then when we veil it, it should only be able to turn into a prefix, from what I understand. And also prefixes cannot be changed. It costs 2 divine just to do this one craft, and I know I need to do this twice, so let me just look at this real quick, and when I feel like I'm okay, I'll hit the button. Alright, let's go. Ouch. Crafty Currency, Divine Orb. So that was one of our quests. We have prefixes cannot be changed, and Master crafted suffix, suffix, can't have another suffix. It only has a prefix. We're going to veil it. Alright, Extravagant Equipment Veil Orb. This one should be a prefix. Let's go to Jun. And let's hope unveil for the Chaos Pen. And we didn't get it. Oh, we didn't get it. Alright guys, so I'm going to test out my hand at some crafting. We got some gloves. Tier 1 strength, Tier 1 fire resistance, Tier 1 attack speed, and Tier 3 life. The life is fine. Mainly I needed those stats. I was going to do the reforge thingy, but fire resistance is actually the resistance that I need to replace these gloves. So we're not capped on fire resistance anymore, which the gloves have. The crafting that I wanted to do, it has an open prefix. So I wanted to add this one here, +1 to level of socketed melee gems, and plus 0.2 meters to melee strike range. That's the one I wanted. Yep. Now what we can do is, it already has the 2 green that I need, so let's go ahead and get 4 on this guy. Yep. And link them. Perfect. Now we can put our sniper's mark on hit back in here, and let's go ahead and armor this guy up. the big thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to try my hand at using the Orb of Conflict. So what we need is Grand Eldritch. We are going for the +1 to non-Val skills. Ooh, 10% increased attack speed. 14% increased attack speed, and I'm running out of Grand Embers. 10% attack speed. Adds 6 to 14 chaos damage to attacks. Minions deal. Ah, okay. And let me check something real quick. I don't think these guys, no, they can't be sold to upgrade. How much are they worth? They're not worth that much. Let's check and see. Grand Eldritch Embers. What have you got for me? Alright, they're worth 6 chaos each. Alright, let's try another 21 chances. Ouch, okay. Try again. There we go, we got it. Non-Val strike skills target 1 additional nearby enemy. Okay. So that's what I needed on the gloves. And now let's see, can we upgrade it? What? Unpredictably raise the strength of 1 Searing Exarch or Eater of Worlds modifier on an item and lower the strength of another. Alright, so does that mean it has to have an Eater of Worlds on it as well? Ooh, 7% chance to suppress spell damage. Ooh, while a Pinnacle Atlas boss is in your presence, 5% increased damage per 100 strength. I'm going to stay on that one, and now let's see, will that let the Orb of Conflict work? Yes. It did not upgrade it, but we did get Extravagant equipment. I'm going to use the second one, because I think it is 2 tiers. Yes! Yes, guys! Non-Val strike skills target 2 additional nearby enemies. And we have while a Pinnacle Atlas boss is in your presence, 5% increased damage per 100 strength. These are some fun gloves. Alright, we have the range, we have fire res, we have life, attack speed, and strength, and we can slam it one more time. Let's hope for something good. Oh, nice! We got physical attack damage leached as life. But I think because we went chaos, that is just flat out not going to work. But still, that is a really nice upgrade. I'm really happy now we can hit 2 enemies. Alright guys, so let's see. We're going to send to Teoni. We have Pumpkin and Blue Xanthium. Minimum of 14,000 and 29,000. I'm going to send a total of 5 million. So I'm not going to minimize this until it hits exactly 5 million. It's over 5 million. Full rank 10 team being set there now.
Off they go.
Alright, so these 2 will be for the scarabs. And then when this guy comes back, we'll send the rank 10s to Pondium next with another 5 million shipment. Alright, my guys, we are heading towards our last 4 challenges, and the one I want to do next, it's really important. I want to try out the Extravagant equipment. We have to use 4 more of these super expensive items. So I've already gathered the 4 expensive items, and I want to see if I can craft a sword specifically for elemental damage, Molten Strike at the Zenith, or if I hit the prefix for Chaos Pen, it's actually the Chaos Transition with Original Sin Molten Strike at the Zenith, which I'm pretty sure that one's going to be out of the reach for me because the Original Sin is running for 1.1 mirrors right now. Way too expensive. So what I got is I bought, for 2 chaos, I bought a Lion Sword, because you guys know I like the Lion Sword more than the Reaver Sword. It has 50 to Strength, 50 to Dex. Those 50 Dex you get on the Sword you can replace on the tree with global accuracy tattoos. I like that a lot more. The attacks per second, instead of 1.5, it's 1.45. The trade-off is fine. I want the extra 50 strength. I like that a lot. But this one is a regular 2 chaos, 6 linked corpse song. So the first item we're going to use is we're going to use our Hunter's Exalted Orb. Which, funny story, I was playing the Molten Strike of the Zenith and just knocking out a couple of Al Hesman's maps, and another Hunter's Exalted Orb dropped for me. So I actually got a drop after I bought this one from someone, but I sold the other one for 1.9 divs back, so we're good. The first step we're going to do is this sword is eye level 76, so that is good. I believe, from what I understand, we have to have at least 75 so that we have the possibility of hitting elemental penetration. But a lot of this is going to be RNG, right? So we're going to change the influence from this item from no influence to a hunter's influence. All right. Wow, 107% increased chaos damage over time. Extravagant equipment. We used a Conqueror's Exalted Orb. Perfect. So now, as you can see, it's glowing green in the background because it's Hunter. And this is the scary part. I'm going to trust the internet. We can scour this. Okay, it's still a 6-linked Hunter sword. We can transmute it. And now we should be able to ult until we get the Hunter prefix that we want. All right, so there we are. We got the prefix for adds 3 to 5 fire damage to attacks with this weapon per 10 strength. And we have 10 to global crit strike multiplier, which I'm just going to leave there for right now. The other item, I got this guy a long time ago, and I guess I decided to keep it because it was a Reaver sword and it was Shaper influenced. This one is eye level 86. We farmed this one ourselves. So as far as I understand, we can do the same thing. We can scour it. It stays a Shaper sword. We transmute it. And now we can alt roll it until it gives us the mod that we want. See, that's pretty funny. Like, the Shaper sword also has a 3 to 4 fire damage per 10 strength. But the you can't have the same mod twice on an item. So we got to roll over this one. All right, we rolled. The socketed skills deal 20% more attack damage. That one is also a prefix, so they're both prefixes, right? And we have suffix tier 6 crit, suffix tier 6 chaos, which are both really trash. But these are the steps. I'm really hoping that RNG is on us. Now we're going to use the Awakener's Orb to combine both of these items. So we're going to combine the Shaper Sword with the Hunter's Lion Sword. And we did Awakener's Orb, Extravagant Equipment. Now, yep, we got both. Oh, nice. We also have increased attack speed. Wow, that's actually pretty decent. We got a 6% chance to deal double damage. Adds 2 to 4 fire damage to attacks with this weapon. 20 to chaos res, 18 increased attack speed. Socketed skills deal 20% more attack damage. And what is open? Oh, we have both open. A prefix, prefix, suffix, suffix. This is really tough. That is pretty cool though. The attack speed and double damage. That is a tier 2 suffix. That's pretty cool. We got lucky on that one. See, I'm really bad at crafting, and it's really hard for me to understand like how these things work. But I'm kind of curious. Prefix, prefix, suffix, suffix. If we craft a suffix and I slam it with a Veil Orb, does that guarantee me? No, it won't guarantee me a prefix. If I do prefixes cannot be changed, and then slam it with a Veil Orb, I'll either get a prefix or a suffix. but I will also guarantee losing one of the two suffixes, which one of them is the attack speed that we would reroll anyways, right? See, it's a bummer. Like, this is a sword that I should have used before switching to chaos. So I'm going to put the brimstone slicer that we made ourselves. I'm going to put that one up for right now because I used the two items that I wanted to use for extravagant equipment. We have two more items that we're going to use, and those two items are going to be the sacred orb and the tempering orb. So what's really cool about the sacred orb is it randomizes the numeric values of base defenses on an armor. So let me see real quick. I don't think it was this character actually. Yeah, no, this one. Let's go ahead and switch over to our Molten Striker and I'll show you guys the armor. All right, so on this one, let me show you guys real quick. Our Iron Fortress, when we hold down Alt, next to the armor at the top under the quality 20%, you see how it says 601, and then the range of armor is 601 to 691. So we quite literally got the worst roll for armor on our Iron Fortress. So as far as I understand, let's see, I think we have to take the sockets out, but this will randomize only that number where armor is. Extravagant equipment, sacred orb. And that's actually a pretty decent roll. We landed somewhere in the middle where, I mean, the sacred orb, it could only have improved this item, right? So now we have a little bit more armor. It's another way to min-max. Good thing these sacred orbs aren't crazy expensive, even though they are a lot harder to find than divine orbs. All right, we're at 5 out of 6, and I went ahead and I got a tempering orb because that was the next cheapest thing for us to get. The tempering orb will add or replace an enchantment on a weapon. This may reforge the weapon's sockets. So for next episode, we're going to try crafting the Chaos Sword again, a second time, and this time I'm going to try to hope and land on the prefix, and hopefully we don't land on another suffix, because then I'll be done with the league. But this is the Fractured Perfect Strength Lion Sword that I'm going to use next time. And as far as I understand, we just need to add an enchantment to this guy. There we go. Extravagant equipment, tailoring or tempering orb. And we added 8% increased explicit critical modifier magnitudes, which crit mods are totally useless to chaos. It's a bummer, but I'm pretty sure after we're done crafting this one next time, we will be able to overwrite this mod, this enchantment, with something that we can craft in King's March with runes.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Smash like to show your appreciation, and consider leaving a boom in the comment section below. Also, click on my dude here to subscribe for more Let's Plays. Ooh.